Our friend, the world famous Richard Toccato is here with us. And thank you so much for reaching out to Richard. He's telling us all the time about how many listeners are reaching out and saying, hey, show me about that refi, and let's do some stuff like that. That's the way you put it, though. Show me about that refi.
Show me about that refi. What you got about that refi? The cool thing is Ace has said, we have a lot of options, and we have, I'm doing refinances for people. We have people down in Greenville, North Carolina. We have them at the beach at South Carolina. We have them in Charlotte. And the main thing is to refinance, make their finances better, take the stress of every month. If I save them $700 a month, $800 a month, it's a big deal for them.
Yeah, it's a real big deal. $700 a month. That's fantastic. And again, we've talked about this before. Richard's a broker. That's how he gets more options than a bank. He can do more. Just go to homewithrichard.com to get started. Homewithrichard.com, the Richard Toccato Companies. Hey, it's Ace, and for a long time, we've told you about Neogenics, Charlotte's most trusted stem cell clinic, and how phenomenal a job they did helping me with my left wrist. Well, this is Neil. Neil Simler is a member of the Ace and TJ Radio family. Neil, you took the free consultation to have them check out your elbow and talk about what happened just when you went for the free consultation.
They were very straightforward and let me know that they weren't going to treat any of my ailments if they weren't 100% sure that they were going to be able to effectively help my issue. And once were they pushy with trying to get me to spend more money and do, the higher end shots.
Now, 3 months later, how do you feel?
I'm 95% better, if not 100%. It's just been one of the best decisions I've made. Do yourself a favor, get out there as soon as possible.
Set up your free consultation today at acetj.com/neogenics. It's Neogenix. Neogenics, Charlotte's most trusted stem cell clinic.
They say there are only two things certain in life: sweet deals at Sweet Dreams and taxes.
And only one of those is certain this month.
Which one?
The sweet deals at Sweet Dreams.
What about the taxes?
No sales tax the entire month of April at Sweet Dreams.
Are you serious?
Yeah. And don't call me Shirley.
Love where you live, Lake Norman, and pay no sales tax during the month of April. Only at Sweet Dreams Furniture and Mattress.
It's the Ace and TJ Show with a little extra. Uncensored, unedited, and almost uninterrupted. Get ready for the most extra podcast known to man. The Ace and TJ Show presents the Extra Funny Podcast.
Okay. The other day on one of the 17 or so shows that we do, I was talking about waking up with my shoulder in great pain because I evidently I'd slept on it in a weird way, and it felt like a shoulder injury, and it took about a day and a half for it to get to where I didn't feel anything when I'd moving around. And you always chalk up everybody else does to how old you are. You're just old.
Yeah.
But young people get cricks in their neck when they sleep wrong, and all that kind of stuff too. But Ace, have you ever injured yourself in your sleep? Like woke up with some kind of a pain or something?
Yeah, I don't know that I've injured myself, but I have. I remember one of the first things that happened. I woke up and I just got out of bed. I thought, oh man, this knee didn't hurt when I went to bed. Like, what the hell? What is going on? Mm-hmm. And then I thought maybe I'm just getting old. It's probably 4 or 5 years ago. It's like, what is wrong? But I've never had an actual injury. A
lot of young people have arthritis too.
Yeah.
Do you know what arthritis does, Riggins? Into a Southern person, how arthritis works? It sets up in your joints. Damn arthritis doesn't set up in my knee.
Set up?
Yeah. Arthritis set up in my fingers.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, this guy though in Tunisia, I guess he had the same kind of thing where he slept wrong and ended up with a broke ding-a-ling.
What?
Yeah. It says an unfortunate soul had to undergo emergency surgery after fracturing his penis in 2 places while sleeping. which left him with an eggplant deformity. He's 27. He reported rolling over onto his erect penis while sleeping.
Oh.
Shockingly resulting in an audible snap.
Oh my gosh.
And subsequent intense pain.
Yeah.
Oh, and here,
so.
they had to put this in as well, like we wouldn't know, as well as flaccidity and swelling. Yeah, you got to figure that's going to need some ice on it, right? What? He waited 36 hours before going to the hospital. It said that they observed swelling and a deviation to the right and a blood clot at the base.
It gets worse.
Yeah. Well, you wait that long, things are going things are going to set up in there.
Yeah. A
blood clot set up in his junk. While the penis is technically boneless, the word fracture is used to describe a tear in the tunica albuginea, the tissue that allows the penis to become enlarged and erect.
Holy cow.
Well, sometimes those don't go hand in hand. They don't necessarily, exist together. Enlarge and erect.
Yeah.
For some people.
Yeah.
They, I don't know what they degloved the man's appendage, revealing that he indeed suffered 2 fractures.
What does that mean?
When the skin is torn from the body.
Pull it back, yeah.
They degloved the penis.
Let's see. They were able to repair the mangled member without issue, after which they, sewed him up. Of course. Well, why they got to tell us that?
You assume they sewed him up.
You already said what they degloved him, so obviously they're not just going to leave him, with a skin dangling off of it.
And then we did go ahead and sew him up. Yeah.
So I guess they wanted to make sure, hey, we did the whole job. We made sure we did everything.
How long is the recovery process for that?
It says by the second day, the swelling had significantly reduced while he regained full erection function on the 4th. Now, if you got stitches, are you wanting that to happen that fast?
That was exactly what I was thinking. Seems like you need to wait a few weeks before anything starts happening there.
Hey, baby, I popped a stitch for you.
Yeah. Well, he couldn't control it the first time when he got the injury, so I don't know that you can't. I mean, sometimes it just happens.
It says the patient thankfully suffered no long-term problems regarding urination or sexual function. During a 12-month follow-up period, the patient has not reported complications. Hold on. The man's case is particularly anomalous given that penis fractures are generally a result of a phallus buckling during vigorous relations.
That's my worst fear.
Yeah, and it says that the riskiest and then the one that puts that 50% of all penile fractures come from one particular sexual position.
Sure.
Yeah.
The old,
you know which one?
I would imagine it's a cowgirl or something.
The reverse.
Can we say reverse cowgirl? Sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it could happen if you're really into it. But that's my worst fear. I've always thought that. I'm like, what happens? Because there's apparently you whatever they call break your wiener.
You fracture it.
Yeah, it's not a medical term, break your wiener. But
okay, now here's a question. Do you think he really just rolled over on it and broke it?
That's
in his sleep?
crazy.
I don't know. That
You got to be a violent sleeper to do that.
Yeah. That doesn't make a lot of sense because it seems like you just roll. Almost like he would have to not just roll over, but he almost have to get airborne. Like he just flipped over.
Yeah.
Which could happen, I guess.
I've told y'all my wife has to sit straight up and then roll over when she's in the bed.
Yeah.
Like she won't just roll over. She'll sit up and then roll over. And she doesn't even realize she's doing it. But she doesn't actually get airborne and then, land on her stomach, which is what this guy would have had to have done.
But you're a real weird sleeper, TJ. You flop around a lot and end up at the, don't you, like, before your CPAP, you would end up down like in the sideways in the bed, or I can see how something like that could happen if you just flopped over hard enough or something.
So he's got an erection while he's asleep,
Yeah.
and then goes side to the other side, and he just like rolls over it or something.
Or I'm guessing he went from side to stomach or back to stomach.
Gosh, that is unthinkable.
In a very violent way. Can you imagine the pain that shoots through your body as you are awakened from that? It's like, oh, what is happening?
And then to wait 36 hours?
Yeah.
If I hear audible snaps, that's
straight to the emergency room.
911. And I may be crying. I'm so scared.
But that's why I say that he may have taken those 36 hours to come up with a story of how it happened.
Because it's not the
Yeah,
sleep.
may have.
Yeah. I mean, he may have been, putting it somewhere it doesn't belong.
In Tunisia.
And he couldn't come out and, dishonor himself. So he had to create something that he had no control over.
Wow.
And he may have been just like, running up against a wall. Just humping a wall.
Jousting.
Daggering a wall.
Holy
Or
cow.
an anvil or something. I don't know what they do in Tunisia.
Yeah. It says curve, a noticeable curve to the left. I'm like, what?
Yeah, and they call it eggplant deformity is the term they use. And I guess that's what that means, a curvature.
And it's so swollen.
Mm-hmm. Like Have y'all seen that those commercials for the medicine or you go to the urologist for a certain procedure if you got a curve in your business, if you're a guy, and they show all these carrots that are bent to give you like a visual of what it would look like. It's creepy looking. Oh, look at that! It's a carrot with a curve in it. That's what my thing-a-ling looks like.
Yeah.
I've got that curvature.
And they can correct that?
That's what this commercial said. But maybe you don't want to correct it, unless it hurts or something.
Or curves backwards or something.
Yeah, I mean, it's got to be a pretty harsh curve.
Hey, I got a ram horn down there.
It's the Ace and TJ Show with a little something extra. This is the Extra Funny Podcast.
When it comes to losing weight, sometimes you don't even know where to start. You know that it needs to happen, but you need some help. Well, you start by going to acetj.com/weight loss and ordering Calitrin. Calitrin is scientifically proven to help you lose weight, and it is not a drug. It is not a drug. Repeat that. So here's what you do. You go to acetj.com/Calitrin, order 3 months, and then you'll get 3 months free. 4 months free. That's how it works with Calitrin.
Winter is here, which means you're just going to stay inside and not do anything fun and exciting, right? No, that is wrong, because this year you're going to go to acetj.com/Gaston and see all of the incredible things that you can do right now in Gaston County. Everything is laid out for you, from things to do, to restaurants, to bars, to shopping, to unique weekend activities. And we'll get you ready for the spring and the summer with a list of all their great festivals. Find all of this and much more at acetj.com/Gaston.
If you're so frustrated because you're having to run around all the time, you're so busy, you feel like you're not getting your family something great to eat, then you need Culver's. It's the perfect thing for you. Always made to order, fresh, hot ingredients all day, every day.
And not only do they have the freshest ingredients all day, every day, but they are a part of the community. They're proud to be a part of the Indian Trail community where they're under new ownership. Belmont, University area, Salisbury. Make them a part of your daily routine. Make it your new neighborhood spot. Short waits for the freshest food in town. Get details at acetj.com/Culver's.